WWE superstar Becky Lynch is taking part in a huge WrestleMania celebration in Philly, or you can stream the events there on Peacock. Becky, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks for having me.
WrestleMania, the 40th anniversary, you were at the White House, you became an American citizen, and you have a new book. I mean, this is such an incredible time for you.
Yeah, everything's coming up, Becky. Really got some good momentum going into WrestleMania. It's been wild and it's been hugely exciting. My book coming out especially, I'm so proud of it. I've put a lot of work into it, and it's a really great book, if I do say so myself.
I do want to ask you a couple of questions about that, but let's go ahead and start with WrestleMania. It's the 40th anniversary. It's going to be streaming on Peacock. People can buy tickets to go check out the celebration there in Philly as well too. The Rock is coming back for this. Tell us a little bit about what you're going to be doing. Tell us a little bit about kind of the hype and the anticipation for this big celebration.
I'm gonna be taking my title back. I'm gonna be overthrowing Rhea Ripley and taking my title back. That's what I'll be doing. Then I'll get myself a drink. I'll pull up a chair and I'll watch my husband beat The Rock and Roman Reigns, and it's gonna be great.
It is definitely going to be great because you've won every women's title in WWE. Talk a little bit about when you look out into the audience, when you're getting ready, maybe on social media, some of the young girls and the families that get excited because you're the main reason that they go and watch this.
That's been the coolest thing about the book tour. I get a lot of people coming up and saying that I'm the reason that they watch wrestling. I get a lot of dads saying, uh, I'm the reason that they're able to watch wrestling with their daughter, and that means the world to me, man. Like, I always remember when I rekindled my love for wrestling, and it was Mick Foley on the TV. And I would tell my brother, hey, just let me know when Mick's on. And I would come back and I'd watch. And then like I'd go away, but then like I'd watch. And then then I'd be hooked. And then I just loved anybody who was coming on. And I think about that excitement. I think about that love. I think of that raw passion and the fact that I could be responsible for that in another person, just, because that changed my life. It changed my life. And I wouldn't have the life that I have now if it wasn't for Mick and me getting hooked by him doing what he does. And so me being able to do that for anybody else, stop it. It's great.
And I think there's so many people that look at you and all the titles that you won and all the success that you have now. But one of the parts that I love most about your book is saying, how you started this, when you were a teenager and you really had to kind of take a breath, take a moment. And that if you had just gone full speed ahead at that point, you might not have had the career now, which I think is such an important point for so many people that get burned out or just need to like take a pause in their life, but ultimately know they can be successful in that field that they want to be.
Yeah. I think that we put so much pressure on ourselves and we have such a timeline for ourselves. But sometimes life has its own timeline, and just because things aren't happening right now, right when you want them, doesn't mean that they're not going to happen down the road. And sometimes you don't know why you've taken a left turn, or you sit with these shouldas and couldas and wouldas, and sometimes I don't know. Sometimes there's a reason behind everything. At least that's been my experience.
Yeah, and then sometimes you just need to take a little bit of a pause. But I think that's such a wonderful point, yeah, that we get to see early on in the book. You
My
all
daughter already started saying that. Just give me a minute. I need a second. She's 3. She's 3. It's great. She doesn't want to wear a certain dress or certain outfit. She's like, I just need a second. I want to wear my Jessie dress. Jessie dress is in the wash. I need a second. It's great. It's great. I love that. Just being able to take that time out to recalibrate. I mean,
no,
that's in a very different situation, but I think it just applies to everything in life.
oh, exactly. Your daughter also goes with you on the road, when you're training, where you're at these big arenas. I mean, what's that like to have that experience of bringing her there? Because I have a young daughter and I love bringing her everywhere that like I get to go and get to experience that, through her eyes.
Oh, it's the best. It's the coolest. One, we visited every kids museum across America at this stage, probably in every zoo. So that's cool. Normally you go and you get coffee, you get food, but you're forced to go out and do things and then see the whole world through her eyes. And it's amazing. And then you get to go and you do the thing that you love and you come back and your little baby girl does not care about who you were out there. She just wants mama to get down and play with her. And that's awesome, and it's humbling, and it's yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's absolutely the best. Becky, thank you so much for your time today. April 6th and 7th, you can go ahead and stream WrestleMania 40 on Peacock. And then if you're in the Philly area, go ahead and go to Ticketmaster and go ahead and get down and see Becky and everybody else out there in action.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks a million.